Yo, it's your boy, Detroit Sports World, coming out with another video talking about the Detroit Pistons. Yes, the Detroit Pistons. And I got some interesting news for you guys. If you guys haven't heard, the San Antonio Spurs are interested in Stanley Johnson. And it doesn't surprise me. Check this out, guys. Stanley Johnson hasn't been panning out for the Detroit Pistons. Lots of struggles. The dude's not even starting right now. He was the 8th overall pick when he came out in the draft, and he hasn't lived up to the hype. He hasn't lived up to his name coming out of college out of Arizona. Like, literally, this dude was very successful coming out of high school. He won multiple national championships in high school, or excuse me, state championships in high school. And this dude was a baller. Coming to the NBA, I'm just going to say it, he's been a bust. You know, this dude was supposed to take the Pistons to the next level. This was supposed to carry on to his team. And it hasn't worked out that way. The dude's only averaging like 8 points a game. And, hey, right now, the Detroit Pistons are interested in just, hey, getting rid of their players. Like, there's not many assets that the Pistons have right now. The two assets that the Pistons have is Andre Drummond and Blake Griffin. That's it. Everybody else are just role players or bench players, mostly bench players. That's it. And Stanley Johnson has become just a role player, bench player, and that's it. That's it, guys. We would like to see more out of Stanley Johnson, but look, I don't think that necessarily the writing's on the wall for Stanley Johnson. He has so much potential. He's only 22 years old. Only 22 years old. He struggled shooting. He struggled with his playmaking ability. There's no question that the dude is a really good defender. There's no question that he's very good athletically. But he struggled putting up points on the board. And, hey, the stats show for itself. The turnovers, man, he racks them up. But with a guy like Greg Popovich, like, Pop knows what to do with developing players. And you know what? I'm just going to be honest. He would fit perfectly with the San Antonio Spurs. He would. You know, I don't want to necessarily see him leave because next you know, just like any Detroit player who plays for the Red Wings, plays for the Tigers, plays for the Lions, and plays for the Pistons, you see them go elsewhere, they do really good. And in this situation, Stanley Johnson, if I were to see him go to the Spurs, he would do really good, especially in that system. But you know what? Just like a guy like Jonathan Simmons, who was with the San Antonio Spurs, and now he's with the Orlando Magic, got a big-time deal. I feel like Stanley Johnson could be the same type of player as him, but we haven't seen it yet. We haven't. I think eventually we will see it. Right now, it's just a struggle. Right now, he's young. He has potential. And I think that the Pistons would be asking for a lot because he has a lot of potential. And check this out, guys. Because he's 22 years old, I feel like the Pistons would be asking for a late first-round pick. If not a late first-round pick, they would be asking for at least 2 second-round picks for Stanley Johnson. I don't think that the San Antonio Spurs would be willing to give something up like that, especially when they have already a lot of players, really good, talented players. And, hey, they're competing in the West. They're doing a good job there. They've climbed all the way from the bottom. They struggled, and now they're in a playoff race. So you heard it from me. My name is Maurice Lewis. You can follow me on all social medias, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, you name it. Let me know what you think about this video. I'm out. Peace.